I definitely would never ever look down on someone using music. I think that that's not what makes you a good musician or not, whether you play something by heart or not. I always solely judge a performance by what I hear, not what I see, but what I hear and how much feeling and emotion and passion is conveyed, how convinced I am by the interpretations. Hi everyone, this is Danai, and as you can see, I'm not at home. I'm actually in a dressing room right now. This is my backstage area because I have a recital tonight, and I thought that this is going to be one of the concerts where I will take you with me. So my recital tonight is in Mainz, Germany. It is a solo recital and it will be broadcasted by the radio as well. So there is a little bit of an extra thing going on around that. Microphones need to be set up, broadcast needs to be set up. So I thought this might be interesting for you. And I will just take you through my day. So I just arrived, it's still in the morning, I just arrived at the hall and it's now 10 o'clock and they just showed me the backstage area. I haven't even seen the stage yet. I just made myself a tea because they have a really cute little snack area here with licorice tea, which if you know me, you know I don't drink coffee, but I love drinking tea. And they had this little thing in my backstage area, which I thought was great. So I'm having some licorice tea and I'll show you the very cute snack area as well. This is the cute little snack area with drinks and fruit and sweets, very important. So now I will drink my tea and then I will go into the hall and start practicing. The schedule of today looks like this. I have the option to practice until 1 p.m. That's when the piano tuner will come. So we'll discuss with him a little bit about the piano, if I want anything to be different. Then I'm going to go have lunch, and then in the afternoon at 4 p.m. I'll be back in the hall and I will practice some more and also talk to the radio people. That's when they will start setting up and we will check the sound with the microphones and everything, and the concert starts at 8 p.m. So I'm just seeing the stage for the first time. This is the logo of the Southwest German radio, which will be broadcasting. This is the hall. It's a nice little recital hall. And this is a beautiful series that I'm playing in. I'm really excited to be playing in this series. I've worked with the SWR, the Southwest German Radio, a lot. I've recorded CDs with them. I've played in their series, and every time it's so nice. The audience is so lovely. The halls are beautiful. The pianos are great. The conditions are always great. So I'm always very happy to work with them. And this is the first time in this series, but I know some other people that have played here, really great musicians. So I'm very honored and happy to be able to play my recital here tonight. Today's program is, as often as you might have noticed, if you follow me for a longer time, inspired by my half Greek, half German side. So I've incorporated a couple of Greek composers as well, and also Fazil Say, one of my favorites, who of course is not Greek, he's Turkish, but still kind of same region. And I'm going to be playing Kalomiris, which I have also posted here on YouTube, the Preludes and the Nocturne, and also Theodorakis, his Preludes and his Melos, two very beautiful works by him. And then I'll also be playing some quite famous German composers like Schumann. So I'm kind of incorporating both my nationalities in today's recital program. So the morning rehearsal is done, and now I just got takeaway. I got some Thai food, and I'm going to eat it in my hotel. Usually on concert days, I like to actually sit in a cafe or in a restaurant in peace and eat. But today I have quite some emails and some organizational stuff to catch up on. So I'm just going to be doing that while I'm eating this before the concert. So I'm now in my hotel room. I just finished my lunch. I did some emails. I booked some flights, some hotels for upcoming concerts. So I got all of that out of the way. And now I still have a couple of minutes here in my room before I have to go back to the hall. And there's a question that was going through my head that I want to ask you. And I would be really interested in hearing your opinion. Just before I start, in case you're hearing a sound, a noise, it's some construction work going on in the hotel, and it is kind of loud. Thankfully, it's not going on late at night when I'm actually here to sleep, but during the day, where now is basically the only time that I'm in my room during the day, so I don't mind it too much, but I hope it doesn't bother you in the video. So anyway, the question that I wanted to ask is connected to playing by memory, playing by heart. Because for the longest time, it was an absolute standard and absolutely normal to play by heart. And it was also kind of looked down on using the music. And right now, there's a bit of a shift happening in the music world where I feel like more and more pianists are actually okay with using the music in a concert. And this is especially directed towards pianists because, interestingly enough, violinists, cellists, other instruments, whenever playing a recital, would not necessarily play by heart, but it would be more normal to use the music because it was probably considered chamber music, even if it was a violin sonata or a cello sonata. Whereas pianists, when playing a recital, would always play by heart. So now there's a bit of a shift happening in the music world. I don't know if you have noticed it as well. I've definitely noticed it, and it's something that musicians also are talking about, especially pianists are talking about and thinking about, because thanks to technology, there are new, very practical ways that you can use the music in a concert. For example, you can use your iPad and just put it inside the piano, and then you have a Bluetooth pedal. You don't even need to touch it, and you can still have it there as a support. So that's a very nice way of using music without it being totally in your face. However, some pianists also just put the iPad up with a special stand or put it on the piano stand. So I would like to hear your opinion on that. First of all, whether you have noticed this shift that more and more pianists are using music again. Secondly, what do you think about that? Does it bother you? Do you actually not care as long as the music is interesting and inspiring and enticing? And do you think this is something that, you know, takes away from the music? Either way, the having to play by heart, the added stress, or having the music there and then maybe not being able to be completely free in the music. So do you think that having the music or not having the music takes away from the musical experience? And if you were to go to a concert, would you mind the pianist using music, for example, an iPad in the piano, or would you not mind? This is really out of pure interest, also because, as I said, I know the opinions of many musicians, but I don't know that many opinions of people that might be concert goers or music lovers, not only the performing musicians. Also, of course, if you are a performing musician, please tell me, what do you do? Are you someone that uses music or not? I think it's a very interesting topic. Obviously, I have played countless concerts by heart. Basically, since I started playing the piano, what I was taught was to play by heart. But I have recently also played concerts with the iPad inside the piano. So I've kind of done both. And personally, I haven't quite made up my mind yet what I prefer, to be honest. I'm someone that never had a horrific memory lapse experience, so I'm not traumatized in that way at all. So because I completely understand if someone has had a real blackout experience and then is scared to play by heart. I haven't had that. Of course, we've all had our little things, but I've never had such a horrible experience. So I'm not really scared to play by memory, but I must say that I do find it interesting that there is this opportunity to have, sorry, this sound is horrible. It's getting louder and louder. But I do find that it is interesting to have the opportunity to have this support and not waste energy in being nervous to have a memory lapse, if that makes sense. My really wonderful late piano teacher, last folk, who unfortunately passed away last year, he, for example, was one of those people who said it is so unnecessary to play by heart. Just use the music and just focus on the music and feel free and just make music and be happy in the moment instead of being scared that you might forget what to play next. So he had that opinion. I know that there are people that also say you cannot be completely free when not playing by heart. So the opinions really go into different directions. I must say that I do find that it is important that you actually know the piece by heart, no matter what you do. You should learn the piece by heart. You should be able to play it by heart so that if you have a technical failure, you can just keep going. And also that you're not actually needing to look into the score, no matter what happens, but that it is really just a help for you, not a necessity, just a support, just in case you're feeling unsure. I don't think that you should actually be playing from the music in concert. You should be playing from your memory, and you might use it as a support. As I said, I haven't quite made up my mind yet. I had a concert experience where I was playing a piece that I know very, very well, that I've played by heart, and I had put the iPad inside the piano. And somehow I didn't feel that free, actually, because it was a piece where I had, almost zero fear that something would happen because I know it so well. The iPad inside the piano was kind of distracting to me because I kept looking and I didn't really, know how to not look in a way, and it distracted me, and it stopped me from really getting into the music and feeling very free. So that kind of was a negative experience of using the iPad. However, I have also used it in situations where I feel like the piece was very new. This would have been one of my concerns, and the iPad kind of gave me a support and took away that fear. So I've experienced both things. I think that if you do play with the iPad, you need to practice that and learn it. So for example, you don't have this experience that I had. You need to be able to also, pretend that it's not there and not look at it. I think that's pretty important. But as I said, I haven't quite made up my mind yet, and I would really love to hear your thoughts. So what do you think? Should a pianist play with music or not? Also, because it really is a situation that is singular to pianists. As I mentioned in the beginning, if you're a violinist and you're playing a recital, it's totally fine to use the music. It has always been totally fine to use the music. So it's kind of strange that pianists have this burden. It is something that, as you probably know, originated in the Romantic era. People like Liszt, for example, were big proponents of playing by heart, and it was kind of just something that was used for show effect, to show to the people that you can memorize so much and to wow the audiences. People like Mozart, Baroque, classical, all of that, they never played by heart. It was unheard of to play by heart. So this is actually something that only originated in a certain era, in the Romantic era, and now it's kind of unclear how it's going to continue, whether people think it's necessary or not. I definitely would never, ever look down on someone using music. I think that that's not what makes you a good musician or not, whether you play something by heart or not. I always solely judge a performance by what I hear, not what I see, but what I hear and how much feeling and emotion and passion is conveyed, how convinced I am by the interpretation. So personally, I would never judge, but I'm still very interested in hearing your opinions and what you think and what makes you feel happiest and most at ease when you listen to a concert. Because in the end, I am a performer as well, and of course, my interest is to please the audience as much as possible. So let me know your thoughts on this topic. If you want, I can also go deeper into this. There are many nuanced layers to this whole chapter of memorizing music. I can also make another video on how to memorize music. Actually, my first ever YouTube video that I published was on how to memorize music. So that's quite funny. I can also make another video on that, but let me know your thoughts. I'm going to be very interested in hearing them. And now I'm going back to the hall to my concert. As you can see, I'm back in my dressing room. I just rehearsed together with the radio. I couldn't film anything because they were setting up the mics and everything, and they needed the whole stage for themselves. So this is why I didn't get any footage of that. But now it is just 19 minutes before the concert. I'm in my dressing room. I'm going to chill a little bit, maybe drink another licorice tea, have a bite of chocolate, and slowly get dressed. And then at 8 p.m. it's concert time. So I just put on my outfit. I have a new outfit actually. It's this overall. And I still have to put on my shoes and do my makeup, and I have 10 more minutes to concert, so I'm gonna get going right now. So this is my new outfit, this golden sparkly overall and my shoes that you all know. So now I'm ready to go. So as you can tell, I'm back in my hotel room. I am in bed right now. I just got back and it is after 1 a.m. already. I played the concert. The concert was really nice. And then I went to dinner with the presenter and it took a little bit longer than expected. So now I just got back to the room quite late. And I'm going to go to sleep now because I'm actually taking a very early train tomorrow at 6 a.m. So I'll sleep about 4.5 hours and then I'll take the early train at 6. I really enjoyed the concert. The audience was super lovely and I enjoyed playing this special program with Greek and German pieces. I always love when I get the chance to program something like that and to play something like that to spread the Greek classical composers as well. But now I'm really tired, so I'm going to go to sleep. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on the question I asked you about the whole memorizing subject. I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts and your opinions on that. And I will see you again in my next video next week. Good night.